G'day and welcome to Going 4-Wheel Drive. During our off time, I've had the opportunity of being able to meet and chat with a lot of viewers, including Margaret and Martin of Pakenham, John and Claire of Cranbourne, Daryl, Susie and Crystal of South Wantirna. And Crystal, I'm very sorry for not sending you the photo before now, but you've got it and that's great. On today's show, we'll be checking out a winch that doesn't need electrics or traction in a product review, and we spend the day with the Toyota Landcruiser Club up here in the hills at Yark. That's 2 hours from Melbourne, along the Maroondah Highway, through Buxton and not far from Lake Eildon. We're here for that annual Cruiserkhana, a day of competition involving various levels of skill and fun for all. The vehicles range from stock through to modified, and all have to pass scrutineering before being allowed to compete. After a short briefing on the day ahead, the contestants are coming up the track behind me to the competition area for the first event. That's the plumb bob. The object here is to drive the vehicle with a plumb bob attached to the front or rear and place it as close to the target as possible, just like nearest the pin in golf. The plumb bob is done in forwards and reverse. However, some people do end up sort of, well, abandoning their vehicles.
101 centimetres.
The balance beam is the next event, and well, it's pretty easy. How long can you balance your vehicle for? You're not allowed to roll backwards on the balance beam. If you do, that's instant DNF, just like Gary Cooper got. You got disqualified on the balancing beam. Why?
I did. Well, the idea is to balance on that thing, right? And I thought, well, I've just got it on the point of balance and I'll just throw the clutch a little bit just to hold it there, and the damn thing rolled backwards. DNF. Can you imagine that?
I think we'll keep an eye on Gary today. I think he's going to give us a bit of excitement. This event is the cross country. A very tight circle with right and left hand bends. It's got a gully and a couple of logs as well. And the quickest time through here wins the event.
This event's called the Flag Slalom, and what we try to do here is make it as fair for all the competitors, be it big cars or small cars. So we set the track up so at the top end or the far end they will have to do a 3-point turn, whether it's a Suzuki or a Land Cruiser or a Nissan. So the idea is that the driver drives around the course, the passenger takes the flags out. The flags are all colour coded. So as they go around they take all the flags out. Should they hit a bucket or a witch's hats, they get a demerit point, and each demerit point's worth 10 seconds. Then once they've completed the circuit, they then come back and they've got to put the flags back in the correct order. As I said before, they're all colour coded, so if they put a flag in incorrectly, they get 2 demerit points because there'll be 2 flags that are incorrect, and should they put 2 in incorrect, that's 4. So it's a bit of thought as far as the passenger goes, rather than just take the flags out and pop them back in. The course usually runs for a good person to get through it, I suppose, 2 minutes, but we've had some people that have taken 5, very slow. But yeah, it's a good, interesting track. Yeah, you'd have to try it yourself to just see how you went. Actually, we should put you on it to see how good you and your partner are.
The president of the TLCC, Gary Cooper, has had his run through the slalom, and I believe he's done a pretty poor time. So we'll go and find out.
Not only was it 4 penalties, but it was also the slowest time.
Beautiful. How do you like that?
We are 3 minutes 37 tenths and 4 penalties.
Beautiful.
You lose.
Okay.
Another speed event is the sand track, dotted with wombat holes, tyres and slalom flags. They've got to come through here as fast as they can, and you often see them with wheels off the ground, and it makes for spectacular viewing. The marshals at Cruisicana do a fantastic job, as can be seen by Sandy here digging out the wombat holes. She can dig the boss girl out any time. This is the staircase. The slowest time will win the event, However, excessive wheel spin will cause the vehicle or contestant to be DNF'd. Oh, this doesn't look too promising. Yeah, he needs a little bit of a run up, that's all. He wants to be a bit careful about bouncing around like that, he might get DNF. That's it, it's all over Red Rover for the Rangy. The Hilux's next vehicle up here on the staircase, and it's got a lot further than what the Rangy has. A little bit of problem here, but I'm sure he'll be able to get up without much trouble at all. Still to come on Going Four-Wheel Drive, the product review on the winch. That's coming up next. Winching, all clear. Today we're going to show you another product in recovery, and that is a wheel winch. People often laugh when you say a wheel winch. They think, it's going to be a load of rubbish. Well, I'll tell you what, I've gone out and bought this particular wheel winch, and it is a pearler, really is. In the basic kit, you get 2 spools like this one, and 2 ropes as well, and the bag. Now, it all up, it weighs around 13 kilos, even the female can carry it, and a female can even put them on the vehicle themselves. Easy as. And they actually work well. The concept of these is the more slippage you have, the more little bit of wheel spin you have, the greater the pull on the ropes. It'll pull you straight up, unlike an electric winch where that requires you to have a bit of traction as well to take the strain off the motor of the winch. There's nothing to really go wrong with these things apart from the ropes themselves. All the parts for the winches are absolutely replaceable. There's no problems at all there. Now, the winch itself, it's made of cast alloy. It has keyway slots, so you can actually reverse winch or forward winch. You can winch off the front wheels and you can winch off the back wheels. It's a great little concept, this, and we've used it in situations where we've had 2 metre deep ruts going up a hill. We've had ground anchors in on the side of a hill, pulling ourselves up. We've used it in sand, we've used it in snow, and we've used it in mud as well. It's a very versatile piece of equipment for self-recovery. Now, if you're thinking about using one of these in competition, forget it. This is for self-recovery. Take your time and it'll do the job without any trouble at all and very little effort. To attach the wheel winch to the wheels, you've got to take the original wheel nuts off the vehicle and replace it with these. Special nuts with long shanks and also a milled out area for a shoulder and a cap. The winch spools just clip on over and slide over and lock into place, and same with the rope guides. Now you can put these on the vehicle and they can stay on the vehicle permanently, so you don't have to change nuts. Nice little item these. That comes with the wheel winch as a basic kit. Now, another accessory that we've used a lot and we've found to be absolutely beneficial in our winching with this system is the rope guide. That's this little item here, made out of steel. Again, it's got the milled area here, the slot, and also room for the nut to go through and lock into place. Fits flush on the wheels, great. Special eye up here, the rope goes through the eye and then swivels on this bearing around the side here. Great little item this. Now with the rope going through the eye, it actually puts pressure down on the eye. And it also helps to stabilise the front of the vehicle while you're winching from the rear wheels, or vice versa. It's a great little concept this. You can winch out right on the tight angle and it'll still winch right up to that angle and also go around a bit of a slight bend in the road as well. Great little item these. Now there is one special feature, safety feature on this, which helps it to stop this from coming off the vehicle. That's this little locking mechanism right here. It's got a wing nut down here and this plate. The nut goes through here and the lock just comes down, do the nut up, bang, she's locked in place, it can't come off the vehicle. Great little item. Now another accessory that we constantly use with this system is the ground anchors. You get these 2 ground anchors in a kit with a T-bar and also these 2 spades here. They're fantastic, they work really well in conjunction with the ground anchor and they give that added strength for extra pulling. So this system is really versatile, really strong. And all you do is just screw it into the ground and then just before the collar hits, put the spade in front and just keep on screwing down on top of the spade until preferably this section of the collar is just below the surface. Once that's done, then you just slip your rope over here around the shank here and away you go. You can start pulling, or you can run the rope around the other ground anchor as well, say if you're using 2. A great little system this, in conjunction with the rope guides and the wheel winch itself. That's a fantastic system, and out of 10 I've got to give this a 9 because it does work really well. Now folks, this system here, the wheel winch system, it's a fantastic unit. As I said, 9 out of 10 for it. It's a great system. You get the basic kit and then you can get these optional extras without any trouble at all. Spare parts, absolutely no problems. Everything is replaceable. Every piece that we've shown you and you can see here is totally replaceable, including the bags. Now for more information, log on to the website, check it out, and you can get all the rest of the details there. Oh wait a minute, we've got a ring in here. Wow, one remote control 4B. Oh, he's missed the first stump. Yeah, he looks like he's going to go all the way. Will he go it? If he does, he'll score almost maximum points. We're just waiting here as a rolling competition with Gary Cooper and this remote control car. Hey, he's doing all right too. He's just about got all the stumps. Oh, he missed. No, he got that one. Oh, very good. Hey, he's done very well. Almost maximum points there. Wait a minute, what's going on here? He's heading straight for the cameraman. Oh, bonus points straight up the cameraman's leg. Wow. Well, Gary's all ready to go. Let's get to Gary now. Like the previous events in the morning, this one requires good judgment and also driver's skill. Keeping to the path as much as possible, not hitting the 2 poles, and then walking the vehicle over the logs up the track. With that part of the course completed, Gary has to travel along as many stumps with the front and rear wheel as possible. The last part of this event is for the co-driver to jump out and open the gate as quickly as possible. Time is of the essence and they've got to get that chain through the gate as quickly as possible. As I said, time is of the essence here.
After that gate.
And with the gate now open, the vehicle can go through and the gate can be closed as quickly as possible, all under the stopwatch.
Same way again, through the hole.
No,
the other way.
Actually, where it looks like the holding is going to be good for the afternoon.
Yeah, we'll go get that. The object to this is a stump climb where they get the right hand wheel up on top of the stump, as so, whoop, and back off. And then they move to the second stump, place the left hand wheel on top of the stump. There's penalties if they miss it either side.
Coming up next, we've got some more action for you from Cruiserkhana 08. That's on Going Four-Wheel Drive. The tyre road is the last event of the morning, and competitors have to go through here as slow as possible, keeping all four wheels on the ground with minimal wheel spin as well, but yet still get a good time. The faster you go, the more wheels you have off the ground, you lose points. Looks like the president of the Landcruiser Club might just get a good time here. He's spun these wheels once, but he hasn't lifted wheels off the tyres at all. Coming up next on Cruisicana, we head off to the water crossing. That's where the fun begins. He's done a tyre. Who said trust Coopers?
He's done a tyre.
Gary's woes still continue with staking tyres, DNFs and slow times. The water crossing is a favourite with competitors at Cruiserkhana. Who can make the biggest splash and who can get the most water on their windscreens. But not everybody does it that way. Some even use their lockers. Rocky Track is one of these events that it's optional for competitors to try out. Probably about 3 or 4 trucks are going to have a go. Oh, look at that! That's fantastic! Let's see it again! Oh, this is spectacular. Left wheel off the ground completely and just bouncing high. Oh, the spring and now left wheels off the ground, both of them. Oh, fantastic. What a display. He's got himself caught up on this rock. Is he going to be able to drive out? And is he going to give us another display of bouncing over the rocks? Anybody want to buy a well-used GU? Probably go cheap. Well, we go from one extreme to the other. A vehicle that was, well, set up for touring in standard sized wheels, more or less, to a modified 60 series running 35s. Brute force is against just walking up with the big tyres. Hardly any trouble at all for the 60.
3 vehicles at either end. It is up to, it's a total voluntary event for each competitor. In the past we have had vehicles floating and some have even rolled over, so it's totally up to the driver. All care and good fun. So, well, good chance to all the people, and sit back and enjoy the action.
Nobody's got any further than about 10 metres into the mud, then sank. Now let's see what Buster can do. Can he get through it? Oh, I like the way he's just sinking in the mud there. That white troopy up there, he's got a 350 Chev motor in that, and he can't even pull Buster through the bog hole. Oh, look at that. First go, Buster's pulled out backwards. Last vehicle of the day is the 100 series, and whoa, gee, he's got further than everybody else, but again he's sinking down into the mud. Now this bog hole was dug out during the week, so that's the reason why nobody's got through this one. And now they're just trying to pull him out. He's had a few goers already and no good. He's stuck hard. Looks like he's going to be there for the night. Now that took 15 snatches to get him out then. We've come to the end of this week's episode. We've had a great time here at Yark, and everyone up here, contestants, staff and also marshals, all had a fantastic time. Thanks very much to the Landcruiser Club for putting on such a good event. The marshals, thanks guys, you've done an absolutely brilliant job marshalling today. And also the ladies and also the blokes who have done the catering. Both Saturday night, the meal was fantastic, thank you very much, and also the catering for the day itself with competitors and spectators coming to get cups of tea and also hot food, and also Landcruiser Club merchandise. It's been great, you've done a fantastic job, all of you. Thank you very much. And congratulations to Gary Cooper. Though he did get DNF earlier on and also some slow times, he did get a puncture in the water crossing, but he made up for it with winning the Tyre Road event. Congratulations, Gary. But all honours go really to Brad Schaefer today. He's won the overall event, and congratulations mate, you've done a really good job, and his wife Melody did a pretty good job as well. Alright, that's all we have time for, but next week we're going out with the Suzuki Club of Victoria for a family day run in Suzuki's. Now, I've always had a bit of a laugh about those. To me, they're dinky toys and a Matchbox toy, but in all honesty, they're not a bad little vehicle. They're quite a good little capable vehicle. They're light, they're nimble, and we're going to have a bit of a ball with those next week. So until we see you then, have a great week and we'll catch you on the tracks. We'll leave you with one event we haven't seen. That's the wet lap. That involves a bowl of water.